Hi guys, so I'm wanting to do a review on my PT145, pretty much because a lot of the reviews that I've seen on YouTube, when I was waiting on getting mine because I had to put it in layaway and do the whole monkey and money jive and dance, as many of us do. I was looking into the reviews and I wanted to actually fully understand the weapon before I got the weapon. That way I would totally understand my weapon platform before I had it in my hand. And a lot of the reviews for it are severely lacking, and so I want to answer a lot of the questions that I had before I held it in my hands and before I've shot it and stuff like that. So here we go. Hey guys, first off, yes, this pistol will carry in a pocket holster. Now I said that. This pistol you can pocket carry, and that's what I love about it. For the holster size, you're going to need a size 4, and I went ahead and got an Uncle Mike's size 4 holster for it. I bought it at my gun shop, maybe 12, 13 bucks. Either way, it's worth it. It does draw very well out of the pocket holster. It's honestly, I'm aware that there are more expensive holsters out there, but this one for sure does the job. So kudos, Uncle Mike's. Seriously, kudos. Alright, so now I've got that out of the way. Alright, first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to drop the magazine. I'm going to take the safety off, because with this, and drop the round out the bottom of the mag well. Great thing about this pistol is that when you drop the mag well and you bring it back, more so, now this is not to say that most semi-automatics don't do this, because they do, but this one seems to do it a lot more, I don't know, it just seems to do it a lot simpler. It just seems to work better with the round dropping through the mag wall. Alright, so now verify, clear and safe, yay. Okay, clear and safe. Alright, now I want to get into the trigger mechanism. Okay, this is a single action, double action. What does that mean? That means when the slide has been cycled, you will see it takes, the trigger brake is right there. Okay, it's a long take up, but a very short break, and the reset after it's cycled then is right here. It's already reset right here. So that makes it a very decent shooter, as long as you remember to take up the trigger and make sure that you feel the trigger and all that stuff. Okay, because the take up is huge. I mean, it's a long take up. You gotta go a long way until you finally hit that single action. Now, here is the double action feature. Okay, now let's say I've pulled the trigger and the round did not fire, so it'll come back to here and then reset, and now we're in double action. Okay, and we're going to be in double action until that round fires, the slide cycles, and then now we're back to single action. Okay, why do you want a trigger like this? Well, this is a design that was put in place primarily by SEALs and Spec Ops units, because they felt that if they needed a pocket pistol or a smaller pistol like this, this is as far as they would want to go into their equipment of, oh crap, that if their round did not fire with their first pull of the trigger, they wanted to have an immediate follow-up shot for a better chance of firing the round that's already in this chamber without having to take the time to do a tap, rack, boom. So it does, it does help alleviate many of the problems, should there be any, from a light primer strike. That's why you have the single action, double action, and that's kind of where it came from. Alright, enough said about that. It has Heine straight 8 sights. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take the slide off so that you'll understand what's going on here. Alright, so to take the slide off, you got to drop it into the slide lock position, and then you'll see this takedown pin. You rotate it down to where it looks like that. Now then, you're going to see that there's a little space in between that pin and the frame. You're going to put your finger in there. You're going to pull it out. Okay, you're going to take that pin completely out. There we go. Alright. Okay. Now you'll notice at the tip of that, there's a cutout. More on that later. Alright. So now, to take the slide off, you release the slide lock. Okay. And then you pull the trigger and pull the slide off. Okay, this leaves you with the frame. Alright, at the back here you will see that part move. See how that moves? Okay, that's the heart of the double action, single action there. Okay, there are 2 pins on the frame, here and here, that would in theory allow you to take out the trigger and all the guts. Taurus does not recommend that you do this, and actually from the cleanings that I've cleaned after shooting it and everything like that, I have and understand, I'm a Glock guy, okay? What I love about the Glock is that I can take the darn thing down to springs and build it back together. I love being able to clean in that way. With this Taurus, I really don't need to do that. I really don't. And strangely enough, I'm okay with that, just because I love the way that it's designed. So, anyway. You will also notice that the mag release is, I don't know if you can see down in there, but when you actually do have the pistol, you will see that the mag release took a cue from Glock in the way that that is designed, but pretty much everything else, it's that's pretty much what it is. Alright, let's go to the recoil spring. The recoil spring is a double captured recoil spring that you can find pretty much everywhere. Okay, once again, it's a short, 2-inch barrel. Now then, look at the slide mechanism back here. I have looked online. I have looked at everywhere that I can find online. I have put it in search engines. I have done the best amount of web searching that I can do, and it's not like I'm a novice when it comes to web search, because honestly, my major is computer science. I'm a computer science major, and I have looked religiously, and I have done as much research on the slide as I can. I can't find any information out there on how to break down this particular slide. Now you have to understand, there's a couple of different model numbers that they did, and there was a couple of different production runs. The one that I have in my hands right now was run in 2009. You can put in your serial number into the website taurususa.com, and they will tell you when your pistol was manufactured. This one happened to have been manufactured in 2009. I have looked at trying to find a way to break this slide down, this particular slide down. I can't figure it out. I can't. So, and honestly, I was able to clean it just fine using WD-40, because that's what I use to clean my weapons. I know it's a little bit of a redneck thing, but hey, whatever, it works. Let's go over a few other things. This has the Heine straight 8 sights. Trying to get you lined up here. Yeah, that's at least close enough for you guys to get a look at it. I know that some people don't like the Heine straight 8s. I've found that the only problem that I have with them is, to me, they're harder to look through and they're harder to use than the Glock sight, because to me the Glock sight, even the stock one, just lights right up for you and it's easy to use. The Heine sights I find to be a little bit harder to use, but on the other hand, it's a pocket pistol, and if I've got the amount of time that it takes to line up the sight, well, honestly at this point I should be taking the shot with my Glock 21. That's just my personal theory on that. So anyway, so this is how it breaks down. Alright, so let's bring her back together and show you a few other things. Put the barrel in, recoil spring. Recoil spring's a little touchy, a little tricky, but you'll bring it right in just fine. Note that this has a full rail. A Glock only has the 4 guideposts. This one has a full rail guide. That's another thing I like about this weapon. Alright, drop her back, drop her in full cock, or into the slide lock. Uh-oh, you see the problem here? Yeah, the barrel slides back in there. That's why when you get ready to put this pin back in, make sure your barrel is fully extended. I usually like to point mine down. Alright, now if you look in there, you'll see a little bitty wire in there. Okay? That's what that cutout's for. You put that cutout right on top of that wire, and then you turn the key. Now notice, when I put in the key, it's completely backwards. There's a reason for that. So that as I turn that key, it falls right in. Or it should. Give me 1 second. Yeah, there we go. And it falls right in. Alright. Now you continue to turn it to where it's like that, and it'll pop right in for you. Alright, now at this point, it's hanging out like that. You bring it back up to where it's in this position, push it right in. Boom. Done. Happy. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and cycle it. Make sure the single action works. Okay, we're in single. Now we're in double. Alright. Rock on. Alright. Something else that I like about this weapon. It has that thumb safety. So for those of you who are 9/11 shooters, or 1911, sorry, that are 1911 shooters, you will find that this safety is very comfortable and it's very familiar to you. So it's a great thing. What I like about this safety is not only does it lock out the trigger, it also locks out the slide completely, so you cannot even access your slide with this safety. I like it. I like it a lot. Something else I want to recommend, that I want to tell you guys about, is you will see there's that little circle thingy. Well, what the heck's that? That is a firing pin lock. Taurus will give you a key when you buy this new. I bought this one used, but and so I did not get the key with it, but I don't really want it and I really would never need to use it. But that key immobilizes the firing pin so that no matter what else is going on with your weapon, it will not allow that firing pin to engage because of this lock. So that is something to be aware of. Alright then, now let's go to the last thing on here. I'm going to go ahead and put in a live round into the chamber, put it on safety. Okay, it's on safety. There is a live round in the chamber. What do you notice coming out of the side of that? Yeah, you'll see a little tab ridge here. It does have some red paint on the top of it to aid in that, but what it is it's a loaded chamber indicator that's easily used, and it's more of a tactile one rather a visual one. Okay, so alright, so now that's done and we've handled the loaded chamber indicator. Alright, so that's pretty much it as far as that's concerned. It does have a very short rail, so I would recommend, if you were to put a laser on it, you would have to use a very small laser, but given the Uncle Mike's pocket holster, which is actually for the price something I would recommend. Remember, it's a size 4, it's nothing else, it's a size 4 pocket holster. Okay, and really left hand, right hand really does not matter when you're talking a pocket holster, for those of you that do not know. I also have carried this in gym shorts from a IWB position from inside waistband back in the pretty much towards my back, not on top of my spine or anything, but from the small back carry, and it held just fine. As long as your pants are tight enough, it'll hold just fine. But with this having the extra room here, you could very easily put a laser on this, a small laser, and you'd just be fine. That's pretty much it. As far as accuracy, I'll tell you, and I'm not the greatest shot in the world. I'm okay, I do pretty decent, but I'm not the greatest shot. I will tell you at 50 yards, and I don't know how much of this is the gun and how much of this is me, but I will tell you that I shoot groups, well, basically I shoot about a foot low and a foot to the left with this at 50 yards. So that will give you an understanding of probably where you need to hold. It does come with 2 magazines. They are both 2 10-round magazines. They are double stack. They do have the viewing windows for 5 and 10. They are decent magazines, and honestly, for the package, it's very it's something I would it's definitely a pistol I would recommend. I got the duotone or the 2-tone. Pretty much it was luck of the draw, and I've got to say, guys, for me anyway, I knew that this was the right pistol for me, because when I held it and when I felt it in my hand, it literally fit my hand like a glove. I'm not kidding you. So, at that point, it's like, okay, whatever. However much you want to pay for it, or all the other stuff, that really doesn't matter, because, well, it's just that good. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've got to say about it. I would definitely recommend this to anybody who's interested in pocket carry, but can handle a 45 and likes a 45 ACP cartridge, but they want the pocket carry, and that was me. I love the 45 ACP cartridge, but I wanted to have that option of pocket carry, and this fits the bill for me perfectly. I will recommend, though, for those of you that are newer shooters, do not think you're going to be able to pick up this gun and be able to shoot it no problem. because you have to understand a lot about 45. Your body has to adjust to shooting at 45, especially in this small of a package, because there is no recoil reduction for you. You will feel the recoil, and it is a very snappy pistol. It's very snappy. But you're also shooting a 45 ACP out of a pocket pistol, so what do you expect, you know? But for what it is, it's just awesome, and I couldn't be happier. So anyway, that's what I've got to say about it. So if you have the ability to handle the 45 cartridge in a pocket pistol, what, you haven't gotten one yet? I mean, seriously, it's that good. So anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate your comments, I appreciate your views, I appreciate your time. Defend your homes wisely.